Hi there, and welcome to Juicy Celeb Talks. David Ruffin, the lead artist of The Temptations, faced termination from Allurements, but what truly shocked people was Otis Williams' claim that he fired David due to his perceived immaturity, focusing more on himself than the group. Why was David Ruffin terminated from The Temptations? Well, when we first started, we made a commitment not to change. Otis also alleged that David was tempted by offers to pursue a solo career and that the singer had too many personal issues, including drug use. Success can be a potent aphrodisiac, you know. And when you're part of a group, you need to move and think as one unit. You can't have 5 people going in 5 different directions. David Ruffin refuted these claims, stating that he had been too essential as a lead performer to be casually dismissed. All the headlines said I was fired, you know, but I don't know how you could fire someone from a group of that magnitude, he remarked. He also claimed that he left the group due to differing business perspectives. Fans speculated that the two men didn't get along, but there were some differences, both business-wise and personally, that couldn't be smoothed over at the time. Fans recalled when Otis opposed David's brother from joining The Temptations, citing his poor performance. This led fans to believe that Otis simply disliked David Ruffin and did everything in his power to make his life miserable, including terminating him. Some believe that the disagreement seemed to be a pretext to unsettle David Ruffin by not allowing his brother to join despite his evident talent. But why did these two individuals not get along? Was it really jealousy within the group, or did David significantly influence his own outcome? Let's delve into it. David Ruffin's journey through the echelons of Motown royalty was marked by unparalleled talent, shadowed by personal turmoil. As the unmistakable voice behind some of The Temptations' most breakthrough hits, Ruffin's contributions to the soul and R&B genres are undeniable. Yet his life offstage was a complex narrative of triumphs overshadowed by struggles with addiction, turbulent relationships within one of music's most iconic groups, and a controversial departure that left more questions than answers. His story isn't just one of musical genius, but also a wake-up call about the pitfalls that often accompany fame. Ruffin's tenure with The Temptations was a period of unparalleled success for the group, but it was also a period rife with conflict beneath the surface, largely fueled by his increasingly erratic behavior and substance abuse. These issues not only strained his relationships with fellow musicians but also led to his eventual and tumultuous departure from the group. The details of his life, filled with both glorious highs and crushing lows, paint a picture of a man who was as much a victim of his demons as he was a victor in his musical endeavors. David Ruffin was born on January 18, 1941, in Winnett, Mississippi, marking the beginning of a life that would become as noteworthy for its conflicts as for its musical achievements. Born into poverty, Ruffin's early years were marked by hardship and the loss of his mother at a young age. His father, Eli Ruffin, was a stern and, by many accounts, abusive figure who introduced David and his siblings to music through performances in churches. This early exposure to music was a double-edged sword, offering both an escape from the difficulties of his upbringing and a harbinger of the challenges that would follow him into adulthood. Ruffin's move to Detroit in the early 1960s marked the beginning of his professional music career but also plunged him into an environment where his talents and weaknesses would be equally tested. His joining The Temptations in 1964 was a turning point for his career as well as for the group's dynamics. Ruffin's distinctive voice and charismatic stage presence quickly became integral to The Temptations' identity, leading to great success for the group. However, this success came at a cost. From the outset, Ruffin's relationship with other members of The Temptations was fraught with tension. His insistence on special treatment, including demands to rename the group David Ruffin and The Temptations, fueled friction and animosity among his bandmates. This demand for special recognition was indicative of the conflicts that would come to define much of Ruffin's life and career. As David Ruffin's influence within The Temptations grew, so too did the group's commercial success. Hits like My Girl and Ain't Too Proud to Beg not only solidified their place in Motown history but also showcased Ruffin's unique vocal talent. However, this meteoric rise to fame was accompanied by a growing list of controversies that threatened to overshadow the group's achievements. Ruffin's behavior, both on and off stage, became a source of constant tension, marking a period of internal strife that starkly contrasted with their public image. Ruffin's penchant for the spotlight did not sit well with his bandmates, who saw his actions as attempts to diminish their contributions to the group's success. His demand for special treatment, such as arriving at concerts in his own limousine separate from the rest of the group, was seen as divisive. This behavior fueled resentment within the Temptations and alienated their fan base, who were drawn to the group's collective talent rather than the prominence of any single member. The controversy surrounding Ruffin extended beyond interpersonal conflicts. His growing dependence on drugs became a major issue, affecting his reliability and the quality of his performances. Reports of missed shows and erratic behavior on stage began to circulate, tarnishing what should have been their shining moment. It reached a breaking point when Ruffin's substance abuse led to missed recording sessions and live performances, forcing the group to make difficult decisions about their future. Ruffin's personal life also became fodder for public scrutiny, with his tumultuous relationships and brushes with the law further tarnishing his image. These controversies, while highlighting the challenges of fame and success in the music industry, also underscored the delicate balance between artistic genius and personal turmoil. Ruffin's rise to fame with the Temptations was undeniably marked by incredible musical achievements, but it was also a time characterized by conflict and controversy, casting a long shadow over their legacy. His departure from the Temptations in 1968 was a pivotal moment that reflected the culmination of years of escalating tensions and controversies within the group. His increasing demands for special recognition, coupled with a growing reliance on drugs, had created an untenable situation. Ruffin's insistence on being the focal point, even suggesting that the group be renamed David Ruffin and the Temptations, was a significant source of friction. This demand was not only a reflection of his ego but also a departure from the group's ethos of unity and equality among its members. The controversies surrounding Ruffin's behavior extended beyond internal dynamics. His frequent absences from rehearsals and performances, often attributed to his drug use, had become a liability. These absences were not merely a matter of missed obligations, they represented a breach of the professional and personal trust that had once bound the group together. It reached a critical point when Ruffin missed a crucial performance, forcing the group to take the stage without him. This incident was a clear indication that the decision to part ways with Ruffin was fraught with difficulty and emotion. Despite the contributions he made to the group's success, the escalating controversies and their impact on the group's cohesion and reputation made his departure inevitable. The aftermath of Ruffin's exit was marked by legal battles and public disputes as he struggled to come to terms with the end of his tenure with the Temptations. His solo journey was a roller coaster of highs and lows. While he managed to produce music that resonated with his fans, his career was plagued by inconsistency and instability, much of it attributed to his substance abuse. Ruffin's struggles with addiction not only affected his ability to maintain a steady output of music but also led to frequent run-ins with the law, further complicating his efforts to rebuild his career. His erratic behavior and legal troubles made collaborations with other artists and producers challenging, earning him a reputation for being difficult to work with. Missed opportunities and financial struggles added to a narrative of decline that seemed at odds with the promise of his early success with the Temptations. Despite these challenges, Ruffin's talent remained undeniable. His voice, characterized by its raw emotion and power, continued to inspire artists and captivate audiences. However, the ongoing battle with his personal demons meant that his solo career never fully realized the potential that his early success with the Temptations had suggested. Ruffin's life post-Temptations serves as a poignant reminder of the complexities of navigating fame and personal turmoil, highlighting the need for support and understanding in an industry that often exacts a heavy toll on its brightest stars.
His attempts to reunite with the group were met with resistance, underscoring the deep rifts that had formed. Ruffin's departure from the Temptations in 1968 marked the end of a significant era for the group, but it also opened a new chapter of challenges as they navigated the aftermath of his controversial tenure. The legacy of David Ruffin's experience with the Temptations is a complex tapestry woven from threads of unmatched vocal talent, memorable performances, and a life marred by controversy. Despite the personal struggles and conflicts that defined much of his career, Ruffin's impact on the soul and R&B genres is undeniable. His time with the Temptations introduced a new depth to the group's sound, with his emotive vocal style becoming a hallmark of their biggest hits. However, the same intensity that Ruffin brought to his music often spilled over into his personal life, leading to a series of controversies that would both define and overshadow his musical contributions. Ruffin's influence extends beyond the songs he helped popularize. He set a standard for vocal excellence and stage presence that would inspire generations of artists. His ability to convey complex emotions through his singing made songs like My Girl and Ain't Too Proud to Beg timeless classics that continue to resonate with audiences decades later. Yet his legacy is also a cautionary tale about the pitfalls of fame. His struggles with addiction and the impact it had on his relationships and career serve as stark reminders of the challenges faced by artists in the spotlight. Following his departure from the Temptations, David Ruffin embarked on a solo career that showcased his undeniable talent but was also fraught with challenges that mirrored the controversies of his past. His solo debut was met with success, with hits like My Whole World Ended, The Moment You Left Me, hinting at a promising career ahead. However, Ruffin's personal demons, particularly his ongoing battle with drug addiction, cast a long shadow over his achievements.